Hi everyone, welcome to a new episode of Video Update. Well, you know that Sony, yeah, music company named Sony. I told you about the video that Michael Jackson released many years ago, in the beginning of 2000, somewhere. Well, he talks about this guy Tommy Mottola that works for Sony. And Michael Jackson, says that Tommy Mottola is the devil. He's the bad guy, terrible, and lots of other stuff. And a couple of years later, in 2009, you hear Michael Jackson had died. And the police find out that it was the doctor that did it. But my theory is that Tommy Mottola, that works for Sony, is maybe the guy. Yeah, is maybe the guy behind Michael Jackson's death. You remember for a while ago I uploaded a video and I talk about the big cheese behind all of this um, things that happened to Michael Jackson. So also I think that Tommy Mottola is the guy behind Michael Jackson's death. Because he didn't like it when Michael Jackson exposed him as the devil and a bad guy and terrible, you know. So he didn't like that. And he didn't like all the things that Michael Jackson said about him. So that's why he planned, oh, I have to get rid of Michael Jackson somehow. Oh, they have a doctor that have worked for the Jacksons for many years. I can maybe pay him a couple of thousand or millions to work for me. And then he contacted the doctor and told him, oh, I want you to get rid of Michael Jackson once and for all. And you see, 2009, boom, Michael Jackson died. Of this hypnol or something, the drug that Michael Jackson got. Yeah. And then the doctor was on trial in court because he was arrested for murder and. But I think that Tony Mottola, yeah, Tommy or Tony Mottola, I think that's the guy who are behind all of this that happens to Michael Jackson. And you know that Mariah Carey, was married to this guy Tony Mottola. Yeah, 93 till 98. Yeah, and her life was a nightmare. Yeah, because Tony or Tommy Mottola wasn't a nice guy. No. So Mariah Carey, Mariah Carey wants to sing her own songs, R&B and that kind of stuff that she wants to do. But you know that Tony Mottola wanted her to sing these songs that he chooses. So also Mariah Carey ha- uh, couldn't say anything to Tommy or Tony Mottola, no, because Tommy or Tony Mottola, yeah, he decides what Mariah Carey gonna sing. And he decides what's Mariah Carey gonna do. Everything. Yeah. So Mariah Carey got or couldn't say anything at all. No. So her life was a nightmare. Yeah, you know that Tony Mottola has security guards, and he got video cameras here and there. Yeah. So Mariah Carey, wow. Well, don't get me wrong. Mariah Carey is a beautiful, adorable, gorgeous, and a lovely woman or a lady. Yeah, you know. And she got many great songs through the years. One of them, yeah, one of her best songs ever. One of her songs. If I'm gonna choose one song, it's "All I Want for Christmas Is You." Yeah, but she got many other songs that also are awesome and great. Yeah. Well, I'm a huge fan of Mariah Carey. I love her songs, performance, videos, and music. But we are here to talk about Sony. And well, you know, the Sony company has many artists under their belt. Kelly Clarkson, George Michael, Shakira, Mariah Carey, and Michael Jackson. Yeah, that's five of the artists that they have. But they have more artists. But those are some of the artists that they have. Well, every one of those five experience a nightmare working for Sony. Because, all of these artists got Sony to court for reasons that Sony did. And, you know, Sony, they walk out of the court. Yeah, because, oh, Sony is innocent. Yeah, Sony, yeah, you can go free. So they went out of the court happy. We won again. And they lose. Because my thoughts on Sony is that this company is a fraud. And they swindle, they scammed, and they trick young people to be singers. Yeah, one of these people that work for Sony goes on Idol, maybe the program Idol or other programs, and see young artists tries to be a singer. Oh, we want to sign you with Sony. We want to make you popular. We want to make you the biggest song artist in the world. Yeah. And we want to make you rich. And all of that is a lie. You know why? Because all the money that Sony says to them, oh, we want to make you rich, it's not the artist that's going to be rich. It's Sony. Yeah. Because Sony collected the money. And every artist that works for them, well, some of them goes broke. Because, you know, Sony, they get the money in the end. Yeah. And, well, Michael Jackson warned, yeah, he warned every artist about this Tony Mottola guy and Sony in that video. Yeah. So singing for Sony and will let Sony come out with your albums. We have made a couple of songs that we want to record in the studio. Yeah, you say to Sony, the company. Oh no, 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 no. We don't want that junk. We don't want that junk, so you can throw it away because we have this pile full of songs that you're gonna sing on your next album. Yeah. Well, you know that Taylor Swift had a problem with that for a couple of years ago. Um, it was well, she created the songs, but there were some problems there, and afterwards she released all the albums over again with her own versions because there was some problem in the music industry that she works for before. Yeah. So also being an artist, a singer, could be dangerous. You know. Well, Elvis Presley back in the day, he was huge, a big song artist. And you know, the General, you hear about this guy called the General. He also was a bad guy. Yeah. So, well, so if you see the movie Elvis, you see the thing that happens that Elvis had to pay back lots of money to the general, and you know, it's terrible, terrible, terrible. Um, Many artists have problems in the 90s and in 2000 with Sony. Yeah, well, Sony makes big money, and the artists get poor because they don't get the money. No, Sony do. Yeah, Sony gets all the money. Well, so that's why when they is brought to court, Sony walks out every time as a winner. And well, the singers, the band members goes out as a loser because Sony wins every time. So, well, so that's some of the reasons you never hear about the singers again. No, the singers quit sings. They want to do something else that is safe. Yeah, and then you wonder where is that singer? Oh, we haven't heard that singer before. Singer again. We got a couple of albums that the singer released, but that's it. And now, and then 10 to 20 years later, you hear about the singer that you have bought the records to have worked with other things. Yeah. So also it's not easy to be a singer at all. But if you want to be a huge singer and want to sing and want to show the world that you can sing songs and entertain people, start your own record company. Your own record company. Yeah. Get the money and buy your own record company. Yeah, because when you do that, you can be your own boss, your own chief. Yeah. And then you don't have to go to Sony Music, Epic, and let they decide your future as a songwriter and a singer. No. Make your own record company. If you have to build it from scratch, do it. Even if it costs lots of money to build it. Yeah. And then you don't work for Sony Epic um, company, and then you can't have the idiot moron scammer swindle bad guy devil himself, Tony Mottola. You know, then you can decide. Sure, then you can decide yourself. Well, what kind of genre you want to sing? Yeah, if you want to sing some pop, rock, blues, or jazz, or techno, or yeah, you can decide. And also, you can write your own lyrics and perform your own songs if you do. But if you get signed, yeah, signed by a company, then your nightmare had just started, because then your future is owned by that company. Yeah, just like Michael Jackson, George Michael, Shakira, and Kelly Clarkson, and yeah, yeah, they signed up with Sony and Epic. See what happens to them. They have a nightmare for many years. And Maria Carey was married to this devil, Tony Mottola. Yeah. So she was married for 5 years. Her nightmare. Yeah. So, Maria Carey, I hope, yeah, I hope that she is better now and she has an awful life and a better life since the nightmare. Yeah. So also I wish those artists the best. But Michael Jackson and George Michael passed away. Yeah. So rest in peace to them. Um. So also my advice to you: don't sign up with Sony Music. Don't. Sony Epic Music. Don't sign with them, because them they will scam you, swindle you, trick you, rob you, humiliate you, and ruin you. Yeah. So don't sign up with them. And as I said before, if you want to be a singer or an artist and perform, build your own record studio. Yeah. Well, even if you have in your house, you have a room in your house and you build a record studio in your house, do it. Yeah. And play your own material, your own songs that you created. And be the artist that you want to be, not what someone else who said you're gonna be. So Michael Jackson and Shakira, Kelly Clarkson, George Michael, and Mariah Carey, yeah, they have a terrible life when they signed up for Sony Music. Yeah. So it was a nightmare. Yeah. So if I gonna be a singer and produce and create music, I wouldn't sign up with Sony Epic Music Company. I will probably build my own record company. Yeah. So I will rent some equipments in my house and create a studio inside my house, and you know create my own sound, my own music, lyrics, and be the artist I want to be. Yeah, and let the fans out there, decides if the albums is good or bad. You know. So the album that Michael Jackson released called Invincible. Yeah. Well, there's some great songs on that album. You know, Rock My World. Yeah, the video that he was with Chris Tucker. Yeah, I think his name is Chris Tucker. Yeah, the other guy, the black guy that are in that video. And well, there's lots of celebrities in that videos as well. Well, that's a good video and song, you know, catchy tune, and there's other songs there as well. I have heard some of the other songs, great songs. But the album didn't get on the level where Bad and Thriller was. No, it was lower, much lower. And that could be Sony Music's fault that made this album as a bad, terrible album for Michael. Yeah. But actually, if you give, if you give this album, Invincible, a chance, it could be a great album. Yeah. If you listen to it and listen to the words, you listen to the beat, the rhythm in this on this album, it could be a great album. Yeah. So people out there, go and listen to this album, Michael Jackson's Invincible. Listen to it, listen to the sound, listen to the beat, listen to the lyrics and every words that Michael Jackson sings in these songs. It could maybe surprise you. Oh, it's a good album. Yeah. And you say, oh, when I heard about it, the album before, for many years ago when it was released, oh, I thought it was bad. Yeah, back then you didn't listen to the words or the lyrics or the beat or the sound. No, you didn't listen to that. You listened to only bad things. Yeah, because that was in your brain. And then, oh, this album is bad, terrible. But it's not. If you listen to the album Invincible by Michael Jackson, it could maybe surprise you. Maybe you think, oh, it's good after all. Yeah, it could surprise you if you listen to the album Invincible. Yeah, well, they have it. Yeah, they have it on Spotify or other platforms, so you can go in there. Yeah. Well, Michael Jackson bought also, Paul McCartney's um, songbook. Yeah, where the Beatles, all the Beatles songs back in the day. Yeah, they talk about, think about owning uh, collections of different songs with different artists and stuff they talk about. And then later on, without telling Paul McCartney, Michael Jackson did. He bought the entire collection of Beatles, the songs, and everything. So now he owns the songs of the Beatles. And also, Eminem. Eminem makes a video, and he dressed up as Michael Jackson in that video, and he humiliates Michael Jackson in that video. And Michael Jackson didn't like that. So it was, a beef between Eminem and Michael Jackson. Yeah. And also, I heard that Prince, Prince was supposed to play in that short movie Bad. Yeah, you know the song Bad. Yeah, Prince was going to play in that short movie instead of Wesley Snipes. But that Prince, he declined and said no. So then they got Wesley Snipes to play the part. So, and also there was a beef going on between the Prince and Michael Jackson also. Yeah. And also, Samantha Fox and Sabrina, yeah, back in the 80s was something between them as well. But that rumor wasn't true, no. Because, the paparazzi and press, they write everything in the press these days. So they write that there was a revival between Samantha Fox and Sabrina back in the day. And well, you know that later on, many years later, you hear that Sabrina and Samantha Fox released a cover song of Blondie, Call Me, Call Me, yeah, da, da, And also, they tell that the rumors back in the day that Samantha Fox and Sabrina was rival wasn't true. It was only paparazzis and, Yeah, back to Sony. Sony Music is a bad company. Yeah, it's a bad company. So don't sign up with them. If you know what's best for you, and if you want to create your own tune, your own sound, your own beat and rhythm and songs and lyrics, don't sign up with Sony Epic Music Company. No. As I said, they will scam you, trick you, swindle you, steal from you, and bring you to court and make you poor. Yeah. So, Tony Mottola, shame on you. Look what you did. Yeah. And I think that you are the one that's behind Michael Jackson's death. Yeah. And you hired that doctor to do what he did and killed off Michael Jackson. Yeah. Because you didn't like when Michael Jackson exposed you to the world as a terrible, bad person and also a devil. Yeah. And lots of other stuff. Yeah. Well, that's it for now. And thank you for listening. Thank you for subscribing. And thank you for putting the thumb up. Please subscribe to my channels. And hashtag, if you have watched this video till the end, hashtag Sony Epic Music Company is bad. Sonic Epic Music Company is bad. That's the hashtag for today. And as Michael Jackson used to say, hee hee. Bye.